Okay, 7th graders, take a look at the notes for lesson 6.5, reviewing fractions and how they're related to decimals and percents. And then we're going to learn also about converting percents back to decimals and decimals back to fractions. Look at this first example, 3/4. If you take 3 and divide by 4, top number divided by the bottom number, you convert that fraction to a decimal. Okay? Now this decimal ends, doesn't it? This is called a terminating decimal because it ends. 75 hundredths. If we multiply that times 100, it's 75%, right? You with me on that? Everybody got that? Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Stop talking. Now, if you start with a decimal like this, 3.04, and you multiply that by 100, you get 304%. Is that even possible to have 304%? Can you have a percent that's over 100?
No.
Asa? You can't? Hey, focus. Yes, you can.
You just told us yesterday.
No, that's probability. If probability, can you have something that is more than certain to happen? If you're talking about probability, yeah, you are only 100%. So when you're talking about percentages, sometimes we talk about probability, which you can't have a probability of higher than 1, because 1 equals 100% certain that it's going to happen. But in terms of percents, there's no limit to how big or how small of a percent you can have. A percent is any number that's multiplied by 100 and labeled as a percent. Okay? So this is 304%. Well, you can come up with a number like that if you're talking about the percent of change of something. Okay? Let's say that we're talking about graphs in 8th grade, okay? And something grows or increases, all right? If we're talking about, I don't know, let's talk about a corn plant. Okay? A corn plant, and it starts at 2 feet, and it grows to 8 feet. Okay? Yeah, what's the percent change? 6. I'll show you. It's 6. It's a difference of 6. Listen, quiet please. So you do 8 minus 2 to get 6. That's a difference of 6. And then if you divide it by the original amount, what's 6 divided by 2? 3 times 100 is 300%. That's a 300% growth. Okay? That's 300% growth. So that's an example of where you can get percentages that are higher than 100%. Stop talking, AJ. Listen. And to find the percent change, you can find the difference and then divide it by the original amount. Okay? So, let's go back to our notes. Any questions on dividing the top number by the bottom number to get the percent? What about if we have a percent? What do? If you are given a percent and to change it to a decimal and then a fraction, you divide it by 100. How do you convert 75 hundredths to 3/4? Merlin?
Since the 75 is in the hundredths place, you can do 75 over 100.
Right.
Simplify it to 3/4.
75 over 100, and then reduce it to 3/4. Right? Okay. Let's take a look at your worksheet. Yeah, you get a worksheet today. Oh, okay. All right, look at number 1. Convert the fraction to a percent. Number 1, 7/10. A fraction to a percent. So all the way to a percent. There's 2 steps. How do you convert this to a percent? Yep. Sam?
You move the decimals.
First you have to.
Oh, on the other side.
Yeah.
Which one? First you have to do 7 divided by 10.
Right. 0.7.
Then,
We know that. 7/10.
and then times 100.
And then move it over 2 places.
Yeah.
So it's 70%. Okay. Skip to number 11. 15% all the way to a fraction. How do you convert 15% to a fraction, Sam?
Well, first you have to do it to a decimal,
Right?
which we divided by 100.
Divide by 100. Or move the decimal place 2 places to the left. So it's 15 hundredths. And then, how do you write 15 hundredths as a fraction? Johnny? 1500. Good. 15 over 100. And then reduce it to 3/20. Divide each number by 5. To reduce it. Okay? Any questions on that side? All right. Number 25 on the back side. Look at number 25 on the back side. How would you compare these? How would you compare those? Yep. You have to put them in the same form, right?
So that's why 7/10.
Right. 70% is greater than 7%. But the key is to make sure you put them all in the same form. Okay? Alright, so you can work with a partner on this and finish it up for tomorrow.